Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. You know what? The season's not over just yet. We still got a few days left here in Illinois to go hunting. Justin, I know you're going to be heading out in the woods. But before we start talking about that, it's the time of the year that we all wait for. It was the ATA show, Justin. We spent a lot of time there. We've got over, I don't know, at least 300 videos we shot. Let's talk a little bit about that and where people can go to see all these videos.
Yeah, well, you know, Todd, the first thing is we get asked a lot of questions. What is the ATA show? Can I go to the ATA show? And for those of you who don't know, it is an industry-only show. It's the Archery Trade Association. So essentially what this trade association is, it's all the manufacturers, all the media people, and then all the buyers, so all your pro shops and all your big box stores. You know, everybody kind of gets together to look at the new products for the year so that we can report to you guys on what is available out there, and then you can go to your retailers and buy it. So obviously, Todd, you know, what we do at that show is we go around, we cover all the new products, or at least as many as we can. There's literally thousands of these things. As Todd said, we shot over 300 videos. You guys can go right now to the homepage of bowhunting.com. Click on the main slide that says ATA show. That'll bring you to a gallery of all of our photos, videos, and blogs that we did from the show. We have more coverage than anybody out there. So if you guys are looking for new product information, definitely check that out. And I guess the one video we thought was pretty cool from the show that we're going to show you guys is the Mega Boom target. So check this thing out.
Hey, I'm Ralph Hetcher. I'm the inventor of the Mega Boom supersonic target system. The corporation is Airburst, and we call it a Mega Boom. Basically, it's the first reactive target for archery. And what you do with it is you can take any recyclable 1 liter or 2 liter bottle, you screw it down onto the base. You can pressurize it with any bicycle pump or compressor. You take it up to 100 pounds of pressure, and when you hit it with an arrow, bullet, or pellet, it creates a rip that moves at a supersonic rate, and you get a sonic boom. A 2 liter bottle you can hear 3/4 of a mile away. 1 liter bottle about a half a mile away. If you want some real fun, what we do is we put cornstarch in the bottle about that high with a little bit of construction chalk. When it hits it, it explodes, and all the chalk and cornstarch goes wild and creates a cloud that's about a 20-foot diameter. Just a lot of fun. There's nothing serious about it. That's why I'm wearing the goofy hat. Again, Mega Boom targets can be seen at www.megaboomtargets.com. Thanks for watching.
Well, the Mega Boom is definitely going to be on my hit list of things to buy for sure. I mean, that thing just looks like a ton of fun. With the Mega Boom in mind, one thing for sure, Justin, we're going to have to get some of those for the get-together coming up for sure.
Yeah, well, we talk about it every year, but you know, first week in June, every year we have our annual bow shoot here in Northern Illinois. It is open to the public. Everybody's invited to come out. We're going to try to get our hands on some of those Mega Booms and shoot some of those long distance for some of the prizes this year. So guys, make sure you check the forum. All the information about this year's get-together has already been posted. So if you want to start making plans, now is the time to do it.
And not to interrupt you, Justin, but of course the pre-registration is important too. I'm not sure if the pre-registration part's been put up yet on the site.
It is not up yet, but
that's okay. But when it does, you want to make sure you take advantage of that because you do get a t-shirt. So
yeah, you get a free t-shirt for all pre-registrants. So let's stop talking. Let's jump into the hunts. We're going to join Tim and Troy right now on a cool late season hunt. This one could be a little controversial, whether he should shoot or shouldn't shoot. So let you guys watch the hunt and make the decision.
Good morning. It is January 10th, and you'll notice that the sun is already up and we're still headed out to go hunting. We are late out of bed, but it is intentional. This morning it is negative 17 degrees, and so we decided to sleep in a little bit in hopes that the deer are going to try and conserve energy, wait for that sun to come up, and then head out to the corn. Troy and I both have our bows. I'll be the first one on board, and we're going to head after some does here. So we're going to head to our elevated blind, try and stay a little warm in these cold temps, and hopefully we get lucky. Bowhunt or die. They're the two best friends that anyone could have. The crate and the chill, ready to wreak havoc. Alright, so mission accomplished. The two camouflaged Oompa Loompas are up in the elevated blind. We got deer on our fields and we didn't scare them off. And we were rocking and ready to go. So like I stated earlier, we're hunting over some corn here in an elevated blind. We got a southwest wind, which is blowing from behind me across this way. We're hoping inside this elevated blind, some of that scent will be knocked down. The idea about this morning is, coming out late morning, what that allows us to do is hunt over food sources without spooking the deer and pushing them off at dark. Deer seem to filter back towards the woods, wait for it to warm up a little bit, and work their way back up onto the food plots. Our stealth cams are showing us that, and the deer are already on the food plots, so exactly what we thought would happen. Now all we need to do is get one of those big fat nanny does to walk out in front of us. Wish us luck. Bow hunt or die. Alright, so Troy's headed out. He's going to get that lone wolf set up for a camera stand. We're only hunting about 100 yards behind me here in a stand we call the cemetery oak. It's funny, only about 60 yards away. We got a dope bedded here in the woods. They're comfortable with us. We've conditioned them, you know, we're always working on the fields throughout the summer. So as long as you don't really spend any time, walk close to them, get right in there. That doe's gonna walk by us here in a little bit. So I'm gonna grab my bow. We're gonna set up 3 different second angle cams all on the ground, and hopefully we can get a reverse angle or some creative angle in tonight's hunt. We're after does. Troy's got his bow, I got my bow, and we're looking to fill that freezer more before it's too late. So come along with us. Hopefully we get lucky. Bow hunt or die. Alright, so finally we're set up and ready to go. Took us a little bit to get going with this twisted tree and Troy's lone wolf for the camera stand, but we got it locked up and ready to go. We got a stealth cam out and 2 epics, hoping for reverse angles. Already we got the turkeys out here feeding. It is cold, it is windy, and we're after anything legal pretty much. A doe, coyote, and turkeys. Troy's got his bow, so if I get one down, he's on deck. Should be an exciting night. Stick with us. What did I do? Hit her in the spine? I don't know if that's her. Alright, so kind of worked as planned. Those came back, same ones I think that were behind us. Worked their way behind us and came out to our northwest actually, and worked out here in our beans. Got right in front of the stealth cam, bleeded her to stop. I had her at about 33 yards, had the HHA set at 30. Thought I settled the pin nice, and I don't know what happened. It looked like the arrow bounced off of her.
We'll review the footage.
So we're gonna take a look at the footage and see what just happened. Alright, so we reviewed the footage, and as I thought, I missed. It's my fault. Didn't get her to stop like I wanted to. She was super jumpy. I bleeded at her. She took that extra step and then ducked the arrow, and it skipped off her back. She's fine. Gave her a little haircut. So got another arrow here. Gonna reload and try again. Stick with us. Bow hunt or die.
Okay, Todd, late season, wounded buck, he's coming in. Are you shooting or not shooting?
Based on the footage that I saw, I would let that deer go.
Okay, based on the footage I saw and the season that I've had, more importantly, the arrow is flying. So let's see what Tim does.
Great shot. Great shot, Tim. So that deer definitely had a broken front left leg. Might have been a button buck, but it doesn't matter. That deer's suffering. Got to take it out of. End its suffering. I had to. So.
Good shot.
Lined up perfectly with that stealth cam. Hopefully we're in that 1 minute window, and we should have some good footage.
Great.
So now we're gonna switch. I'll get behind the camera. We'll load up Troy. We've got about 15 minutes, and we're going.
Let's go.
All right, so we're back in the truck. We got the Lone Wolf camera stand out of the tree, got all unpacked, and came back to the truck just to lighten our load a little bit. And now we're gonna head maybe 100 yards from where the car's parked and head up there to the point of impact. We walked right by the arrow and looked like good signs. So let's go up there and start tracking. All right, so we're back at the point of impact. We found the arrow that I shot the doe with. I actually skimmed off her back. There's a little hair there. I gave her a bit of a haircut. And then we just found the point of impact right here. We actually found that the arrow went through the deer but didn't get all the way through and was sticking through when we reviewed the footage. So we're gonna follow here. It looks like we got pretty decent blood. If I can remember exactly where we saw it. Here we go. It starts here and kind of works up this way. It gets better as we go. So let's see how it tracks. Here's my arrow. Here, look at that. See that?
What's that?
That's my arrow.
Oh, God.
Could have easily walked over that. I thought it was a chunk of blood.
Good find.
Oh, it's just covered in stuff. I'm hoping. Look at that. Can you see that? There's just blood all over that thing. All up on that, shooting out that side.
And then just, like, took a dive down into a valley?
There she is, or he, or whatever it is. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. I think it's a female. Nope, it is a shed buck.
A shed buck?
It's got small pedicles. It's probably a yearling. Oh, it looks like a trap almost or something. That poor thing. I mean, that's poor guy. I'm glad we could
Yeah.
put him out of his misery because
Hold him up.
he's hurting. I think we did our part this evening. We missed on a doe, and maybe it's just meant to be. This guy came in, obviously he was hurting. You know, you guys saw his leg in real rough shape, and I just had to take him. I mean, the perfect opportunity. I needed meat in the freezer. This guy was suffering. It's freezing cold outside. We had that stealth cam there, everything just lined up perfect. So it was meant to be. Couldn't be happier. Gonna continue to feed the family. And another buck on the ground for Tim Ainsworth. Bow hunt or die.
Well, Todd, as we saw, Tim shot. He went for it. You know, Tim and Troy seemed pretty convinced that that deer wasn't going to make it through the winter. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I know that you don't agree with it. Deer are amazing animals, and they can certainly live through a lot. That didn't look like a
They're definitely tougher than I am. That's
didn't
for
look
sure.
like a life-threatening injury, but I guess you never know. And Tim erred on the, I don't know if it was the safe side, maybe for him, not necessarily for the deer, because the deer is now dead and in his freezer. But, you know, he did what he thought was the right thing, and you certainly can't blame him for it.
No, you definitely can. I mean, they're definitely going to eat that deer for sure. You know, they had a great hunt. You know what, let's face it. We're out there to hunt deer. That's what we do. So, you know what, he made a great shot. The deer didn't go very far at all, so I think it was a great hunt.
Yeah, shooting deer is fun. That's why we do this.
That's
so
why we do it.
congratulations to Tim. Pretty cool late season hunt. Next up, we've got another.
I don't want.
Wait,
I'm gonna interrupt you one more time. One more time.
Boy.
Tim, I'm going to get some heat from this, but you know, you did mention safe shot. Were you referring to the fact that that deer was very close, so that's in his comfort range of shooting, or?
No, I
Safe shot.
was saying more along the lines of, you know, a wounded animal's coming in. You're asking yourself, is that deer going to die over the winter? Is he going to starve to death? Is he going to be eaten by coyotes? What's the right thing to do? You know, in their mind, the right thing to do is to shoot that deer, which for them was the safe decision, versus letting him go and then maybe finding him come springtime when they're out looking for shed antlers. Then they would feel pretty bad if they got out there and they found this thing eaten by coyotes. So that's what I mean when I say
enough.
safe
I just wanted
shot.
to get that clarified.
Okay. So next up, we're going to hop into not a tree stand, not a ground blind, but some hay bales with Dalton Cook down in Missouri for a really cool
Awesome.
rut hunt. So let's check this out.
Hi guys, it's November 28th, just 2 days after our rifle season closed. We got some high pressure today finally, and we got out here about 2:30 and there's already deer in the field, so it might be a little late, but I got the boss buck and the Tinks Miss November decoy out, hoping to make a big boy a little bit jealous as the beginning of this second rut starts. So we got some deer in the field and we're gonna get after them. Bow hunter die. I can just barely see he's gonna walk right to us. Got a bow. field, multiple shooters. Just took a chance. We put the decoys out. Buck and a doe. Had that buck come right up to the Miss November decoy. Started to quarter away a little bit, and I shot. I hit him a little back, but he was quartering pretty hard, so I think I got up in there good. Hopefully the footage is good. Got my dad filming for me. Unbelievable, that deer come off of that field with just chucked full of does and walked 5 feet away from us. We're just standing in some hay bales. Shot looked decent. So I got awesome penetration, clear to the fletchings. I think that offside shoulder stopped the arrow, so we're gonna give him a little bit and we're gonna go find this deer. What an awesome night. Bow hunt or die, baby.
Oh. Woo! Well, here he is. Watched the footage last night, elected to leave him overnight. Came in this morning, walked straight to him. So just weren't quite sure on the shot, and it's always a good idea to leave him if you're not sure, and it paid off for us today. So shot this deer on Thanksgiving Day with my dad there filming for me. Over decoys, had the Tinks decoy, Miss November. She did her job last night. This big boy paid for it. So awesome hunt. Bow hunt or die.
Man, if that footage didn't have you on the edge of your seat, I don't know what will. I mean, seeing that buck come in, I mean, oh man, I loved it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we see more and more ground level hunts, right? But they're typically out of, today's, hub style blinds or out of a permanent blind, which aren't quite as exciting as just kind of that raw action that you get when you just go out there and you sit on the ground, you get in some hay bales and you make something happen. I mean, eye level deer hunting like that is hands down the most exciting whitetail hunting I think you can get.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the fact they took the time to put 2 decoys out there. I mean, 2 decoys, he's with his dad, real hay bales. I mean, that may be one of my favorite hunts of the year. I mean, that was just awesome seeing that buck come in like that.
Yeah,
that was a great.
Very, very cool hunt. It was a good shot. As we saw, they did the smart thing. They waited till the next morning.
Yep.
There's no use pushing those deer if you don't have to and you're not absolutely sure. Turned out it was a good shot, fairly easy recovery. So congratulations to Dalton, and his dad. That was a great hunt from those guys. So Todd, next up, we are going to, I guess, take a couple seconds to thank the people who sent in their trophy photos for this week's episode.
Chris Cox,
Josh Moore,
Greg Pochel,
Mark Viapiano,
Shelby Sharp.
And I apologize to Mark if I said his name wrong. He didn't give me the exact pronunciation when he sent his email. So I did my best, Mark, but congratulations to everybody. Those are some great trophies. Remember, we've only got 1 episode left in season 5, which is going to air next week, and then we're going to take a little break before season 6. So if you guys want to get your photos in last minute, make sure you email them to us at info@bowhunting.com, or you can post them on our Facebook page. So Todd, what do we got left, buddy?
Oh man, you know what? I know that I'm going to make a final. I'm going to go one more time, see if I can get myself
push.
a go. Yeah, why not? I'm going to see if I can get out there on Sunday. I know you're going out. We know there's still a couple good bucks out where you're going to go hunt. So, you know what? Hey, it's the last weekend here in Illinois. I'm not sure where you're hunting, but if you have one more chance to go, you got to go one more time.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately for us here in our part of Illinois, we have to deal with what is going to be now the 5th firearm season that we've had here in northern Illinois, which I hope the DNR is watching because we don't need 5 seasons regardless of what they may say.
Bow hunting in orange is
But we'll be out there in our orange this weekend trying to make it happen. I'm actually thinking about taking the crossbow out on Saturday, see if I can whack me a doe. What?
Nothing.
What does that look for? Are you anti-crossbow, Todd? Is that what you're trying to tell our viewers here?
I mean, just because, stick with the vertical bow. I mean, if you just
Why? Why, Todd?
Stay with the plan.
The plan is kill a deer. So check back next week right here on Bow Hunt or Die, and hopefully we'll have some more great action for you.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
Agility at its finest.
This is ridiculous.
Start with Dalton.
Tim, it's a cool hunt.
I thought Dalton was a cool one too.
Just a lot of cool hunts.
All right, fair enough.